Here's something I struggled with initially with webinars. Here's the premise of the webinar. I'm going to get you there under the idea that I'm going to train out of the goodness of my heart for 60 to 90 minutes, just to show up and, give value indiscriminately, because I'm such a wonderful human being, right? And only after you're nice and warmed up and comfortable, 60 to 90 minutes in, then boom, I'm going to sell you something. The whole webinar funnel is predicated on a bait and switch concept. Now, does that work? Does the model work where I say, hey, come here, we're just going to train, and before you know it, I'm selling the lights out of you? Does that work? It's amazing how bait and switch can work. So you can lie to your customers, you can deceive them, you can trick them, you can sleight of hand them, right? But it's not binary, because that works, nothing else works. It is a way that works. I think it is an inefficient way, because A, a lot of people do it, so you don't stand out. B, maybe short term you get an advantage, but I don't see how that plays long term. And C, if you're uncomfortable selling, they're uncomfortable buying. This is why authenticity is so important. The more comfortable you are selling, the more comfortable somebody will be buying. And so when I first started selling on webinars, here's what I did. I just started on a webinar and said, listen, I have two objectives here today. One of my objectives is to sell you something. I want you to buy this product that I'm going to offer at the end of this webinar. I only want you to look at this product if I first achieve this objective, which is to show you how to do X, Y, and Z, 1, 2, and 3, A, B, C, blah, 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 right? So I would come out in the first minute or two on the webinar, and I'd say, I have two goals here today. My first goal is to show you how to create an info product in one setting on a topic you've never ever heard about and be able to sell that product by the next day. That's my first goal. And my second goal is to sell you a product. However, I don't want you to buy my product unless I make good on my first goal. However, if I do make good on that first goal, then I demand that you buy my product if you're a right fit at the end of the webinar. Do we have a deal? We have that in the binder. We have those actual slides in the binder where we lay that down, right? Yeah, that's a close. I think it's in there. The first webinar was done like in 2009. I started doing that close. Everybody at the industry copied it because nobody knew what they were doing for webinars back then. This was way back in the day. So I had to quit doing the close because everybody else started doing the close. The thing about marketing is once something gets good, it becomes bad by default. Because everybody does it, then you got to go do something else. It's a game of whack-a-mole. It's kind of fun. So that was how I counteracted the issue. I'm just going to tell them I'm going to sell them something. And that turned, can I do that? I turned it into, how can I do that? How can I have them show up and be 100% okay with me selling them a product and be 100% upfront with it? And that's how I did it. And so when we talk about boundaries here is, can you abashedly sell to your audience and have them okay with it? There's not a single business I've encountered where we can't do that. You just got to figure out the right terms, the right conditions. Launchpad, this product called Launchpad, we have the swipes in there. We have I think we have a lot of the webinar in there. This product called Launchpad, where we say, hey, listen, we have this Amazon software. It's $12,000 a year, $1,000 a month. It's $10,000 if you buy it all at once. Before you can decide whether you want to buy it or not, you got to come to this webinar. You interested? Everybody was interested. Hey, listen, if you're the right type of Amazon business, I think this software is going to be the dumbest, easiest, stupidest thing you'll ever buy. If you're the wrong type of business, the webinar is going to help you figure out if you should buy this or not, but you got to come to it. So they come to the webinar. They know I have a software for sale. They know what the price point is. They know it's a lot of money. And I explain to them, hey, you got this software, we're going to take a look at it. However, before we take a look at it, we must set the stage. And you'll see those swipes in there of how I set the stage. And then for the next 45 minutes, I set the stage. So they're on minute number 1, and they're like, I got to know this software. I want to see if I should buy the software or not. Here's what they're thinking. I'm probably not going to buy it because it's a lot of money, but I got to take a look at it at least because I don't want to miss it. But now I'm freaking out. Like, I've changed the frame. Have you noticed it? Before it's like, I'm going to sell you something. Now I'm like, having them say, please sell me something. And I say, not yet. You're not ready for it, but please, I want to know if I should buy this or not. Well, hold on a second. You need to know this first. Otherwise, it would not be responsible for me to sell this to you. And I've changed the frame.